I'm addressing this thing tonight of sovereignty and money and land, because our people tend to think that these are the things that are going to deliver salvation to them. These are the things that are going to somehow make them free or make them better people or put them in a better position in the world. Our people think that. They think that they don't have to change mentally. They don't think that they got to give up religion. They don't think they got to give up spirituality. They just think all they have to do is get together, form movements and organizations centered around getting land, getting money, and sovereignty. Right? Sovereignty is a quality of having independent authority over a geographic area, or such as a territory. It can be found in a power rule that makes laws and rests in a political fact for which no pure legal definition can be provided. In theoretical terms, I just read that. Right? That's the definition they give for sovereignty. The want or the ability, right, or the desire to rule your own lands, to make your own laws, right, to govern yourself by certain set of laws in your people, to get from up under the rule of other people, right? This is what certain black people want. The Moors, black people who taught consciousness, black people who are associated with the Moors. Everybody wants to be sovereign. Everybody wants to be able to not be associated or fall under legal categories or under the law in the society. They want to feel like they're free, right? Legally not responsible to this government, to this whole setup. Sounds good in theory, right? And that could have been a reality at one point in our time, in our life. That could have been a reality. We were more closer to getting that setup or realizing that setup when we had Marcus Garvey, right? Because he was talking about going back to Africa. Though I don't really so much necessarily agree with that. I could agree with a land move, but he talked about going back to Africa, and we wouldn't be having to have these conversations too much had we had our own independent land somewhere in Africa, or wherever, South America or wherever. We wouldn't have had to go through all of this sovereignty talk. You only speak about sovereignty when you're living in a land that you really don't want to let go of, and you're trying to feel as though you're special or important in that land or in that said land where you don't have to fall under the laws of that land. See, the Moors and all these other people, they want to push the sovereignty thing, yet they want to still be in America, right? They want sovereign rights, yet they still want to stay in America. They want to live here. They want to feed off of the tit of the cow without having to pay for the milk, right? This is what they want. Now, like I said, true people who want freedom, real freedom, they up and go someplace else. They start looking for real places in the world. They start to look for real places in the world where they can go and occupy, right? This is what they do. They go and look for real places in the world to occupy, real places in the world where they can set up and have their own independent government, right? They don't sit around in a place where a government is established and tell the government, oh, well, you got to respect us, and we're not under these laws, and we're not going to have these birth certificates, and we're not going to have this, but you still want to work here. You know what that sounds like? That sounds like I'm in my mother and father's house, but I want to talk about I'm grown and I'm adult, but I don't want to get out on my own and have my own, and go get my own place. That's what that sounds like. Hell, that's what it is like. A childlike mentality. I'm going to just go ahead and say it. You black men and black women with this sovereignty nonsense have a childlike mentality. You don't want to get off your ass and go someplace and set up your own government, build your own society, your own structure, come together seriously and collectively and really seek to go to the UN or go someplace else and set up someplace else. You want to be sovereign here. You want to be in your mommy and daddy's house, and you want to be independent. How childlike is that? Right? You also got black people who think money's the answer. Everything's about money. You know, land is the answer. If we got more land, we got more money, everything will be okay. We'll be fine. We can't really call ourselves a people until we got land, money, and food, clothing, shelter. Land, money, and sovereignty. Sound like you want handouts. Sound like you want somebody to give you something or recognize you. Again, those are the thoughts and emotional rants of children. See, real people get up. If they don't want to be a place, they get up and they go look for other places. That's like me, like I said, moving into my friend's apartment, or you moving into somebody's house, or somebody moving into your house and telling them they're going to make their own laws in your house. Right? They ain't paying no rent. They don't want to pay rent. They don't want to contribute to anything, but they want to make their laws in your house. They want to tell you what to do in your own house. What the hell are you going to tell people like that? If somebody moved into your house and said, well, I'm going to make my own laws in your house, what are you going to tell people? Right? What are you going to tell people? What are you going to tell a person like that? How long would they live in your house? How long would you allow these people to live in your house? Right? Now, people could argue and talk about black people been here 400 years or 300 years, and we put our blood, sweat, and tears and our labor into this. Right? We've been here, and, you know, this is just as much ours. We was here first and all this other stuff. Yeah. That sounds good. But in the meantime, the people that are keeping the laws here, the people that got all these agencies set up, the people that are basically running this thing, do not look like you. They are only concerned with running this thing. They're not interested in catering to you. They're not interested in giving you the you want your special classification so that you feel like you could walk around in the country and not have to pay taxes, not have to you know, whatever else. You get land, you want to be able to get land, you want to get all these things, right? And you look at the Native Americans. A lot of you look at the Native Americans and say, well, the Native Americans got land and this, that, and the third, and, you know, and they sovereign on their land. You really believe that? That's an illusion. There's no sovereignty. There will never be any sovereignty in a nation like this. There'll never be any sovereignty, because the people that you go to, they can yay or nay it. There's no impartial judge that sits between you to say that you can get that. Now, you can go to the UN, black people, we go to the UN, then we go to the UN, and we go to the World Court. Okay, good luck with that. Good luck with that. These people run this thing through agencies daily, right? And they're not going to stop to listen to you and your rants about what you feel you deserve. Our people are big with this. It's very attractive to young black people today. The Moorish thing and the sovereignty thing is very attractive because, number one, with black women, they like it and they're starting to draw to it because black women like anything where they feel they can get something, a physical reward or benefit out of it. So if, you know, we part of a movement, we can get some land, we can get some money and things like that, people are going to flock to it because it's material possessions. Right? They're going to flock to that. People who are material-minded, right, they're going to flock to that. Right? Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having land. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having money. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with any of that. But if you truly want total freedom, then you got to go elsewhere for that. You're not going to be able to exist as a part of this dynamic and get total freedom. It's not going to happen. These people are not going to allow that. They're not going to allow that through their court systems. It's their court systems, right? It's their court systems. These people, you know, our people sit up here and talk about money's the answer. Well, you look at black people, they got money. See, like I said, that's the biggest illusion on the planet. Black people don't got money. Our people always got money for the things they want because the majority of our people, y'all do nothing with the money anyway. You do nothing but sit around here and give it right back to the white man anyway. That's all you do. with the and that's what you would do with reparations or anything. So giving black people money is not going to solve the problem. It's like giving children money. I told you, the black man and black woman today, y'all have a childlike mentality. I'm gonna just be real with it. The majority of our people got a childlike mentality. Because what happens when you give a child money? They go and just throw it away on nonsense. Now, does not the black man and black woman, do y'all not throw away, do y'all not throw away your money on nonsense? $250 sneakers, right? Bunch of fitted baseball caps, right? $200 jeans. Black woman sewing weaved in hair into her head, cost $400 or $500. Go get a pedicure, a manicure, probably pay $100 for that. Who knows? So you throw away your money on madness, stupidity. How do you tell these people? How do you give these people an unlimited source of money? They're going to be wasteful with it. They're going to be wasteful. Black folks are going to be wasteful with money. They're wasteful with it now. They would deplete the resources of all the material they're trying to buy. They would deplete the resources. They have a consumer's mindset. And when you have a consumer mindset, money's not going to ever be enough for you. Money will never be enough. Land will never be enough because you have a consumer mindset. You don't know how to take what you have and work together with it, right? So how is these things going to benefit black people in the long run? It's not. It's just a bunch of people who want something, who want things, who want handouts, who want to feel as though by getting material possessions in the world, they're going to evolve and they're going to somehow be better off. When they're going to be, 9 times I think they're going to become worse. See, you have to fix the minds of the people first before you give them things. You have to straighten their minds out. You have to cause a separation and get the people who are responsible enough to understand and get these things and not blow it on stupid things and nonsense and all kinds of ignorant things. And, then we could talk about getting these things. But we don't have to go around asking people for them. We don't have to go around asking people for rights because, like I said, that's the mentality of a child. Real people, grown-up people, they take what they want. And I'm not saying you got to go out and rob or stick up or kill or hurt anybody. You ain't got to do that. See, the black man and black woman, y'all would rather sit up here and beg the white man or demand from the white man or tell the white man what he owe you. You'd rather do that than get up and stand up on your own and go out in the world, find a place and try to inhabit. And, even if y'all move there as a small group and try to build it up and set your own country up. That's what black people should be aiming at. Forming some kind of thing that at least take hold of your children's education, because they're supposed to be the future. I don't hear black people talking like that. I don't hear the Moors and none of these other people talking like that. Everybody talking about the land and talking over contracts and stuff like that. Come on, man. Come on. Government contracts. These people don't care about that. Are you serious? They don't care about that. These people only care, and that's anybody, not just a white man, not just anybody in power. These people are only going to do what benefits them. Don't benefit them to give you sovereignty. Don't benefit them to listen to you. So they're not going to listen to you. How's it been working so far? A lot of black people don't want to hear that because you feel that's the end-all be-all and that's the final hope. If we ain't got the sovereignty, if we can't go to the white man for this last go-round and demand that we get our rights and this, that, and the third, then what do we got, brother? What can we do? And that's sad. We're going to discuss that in great detail tonight. I am the intellectual Amir ᴍᴏ and this is State of Mental Radio, and we're talking about money, talking about land and sovereignty. The things that black people seem to be buzzing around like bees. Like I said, our people are sitting up here putting energy into this stuff and saying, oh, well, if we get that, brother, you can't do nothing without that. You can't do nothing without that. You can't do nothing without some land and food, clothing, and shelter and land and stuff like that. Really? Well, like I said, if the mind is not right, you understand? If your mind is not right to really get that and to collectively come together to start producing these things yourself, then What makes you think you're going to be able to maintain it if somebody gives it to you? Because what you're looking for, again, is like children. Because like I said, black people have a childlike mentality. We have and we've been reared that way through slavery, right? Where we was called boys and girls, where, the slave masters' mindset was they're not responsible enough to be in charge of their lives. So we have to enslave them and keep them under us so that we can take care of them because they're not responsible. And y'all prove that every time you go to these people and you're talking about sovereignty, you're talking about reparations, you're talking about giving somebody something, you run into these systems instead of collectively coming together amongst yourselves, putting aside your differences, getting rid of the differences, right? You would rather run to him. And now I know this is going to fall on a lot of deaf ears because a lot of you guys are committed to the Moorish thing and the sisters are committed to the Moorish thing, and y'all not trying to hear that. Oh, who are you talking about? More power, more power, more power. See, I'm a sovereign citizen. I got my driver's license and this, that, we got our own government, but you living in America. See? More foolishness, more illogical talk. That's what a lot of these doctrines and things like that, they border on illogical rants, things that are ridiculous, things that border on stupidity, spiritual stupidity and belief. You still got this idea in your head, and it's a slave mentality that you think these people are going to give you something, or even the fact that you sit up here and ask these people for anything. You understand that you're still asking. You're grown-up people, or at least you're supposed to be, and you're still asking your white mother and your white father to recognize you, give you your sovereignty, recognize these contracts. Let's talk about contractual this and contractual that, and let's teach these civics classes. Let me tell you something. A lot of our people have this mindset, like I said, and like I said, their mindset is a lot of their minds is already made up. Like I said, it's just like you could tell people the truth, and they're not trying to hear it. All they want to hear is the technical stuff. It would have been easy, and I'm not bashing the Moors. I'm not bashing the L's, the Moors, whatever. I'm not bashing them. Because I could have just easily invited some Moors on here and talked to them, but it would have been useless because I'm really not up to hear a whole bunch of technical talk, a whole bunch of contractual talk, because it's BS. I don't care how well you spell it out, how analytical you sound with it. At the end of the day, it's BS. Understand what you're dealing with. See, this is what we're raw and uncut at. We think for ourselves, and we think for the people that are amongst us. We're multiple thinkers. We're continuous thinkers in the state of mental as mentalists. We're continuous thinkers. So we think for ourselves, and we think for the people that are around us. That's why this whole scenario of money is going to make things better, land is going to make things better, sovereignty is ridiculous. If the minds of the people are messed up, if they standing around here still smoking weed, if they still sitting around here, the only reason they joined up with you guys is so they can get out of paying child support, or they just trying to get out of going to jail for some crime or carrying a gun, so they want to be a Moor, so they don't have to go to jail, but they still want to be a nigger, you know what I'm saying? And they want to be in the street with their pants down when they got with their red fez on, then it's a joke. See, until you fix the mindset of the people, the sub-mental way of thinking of the people, then it don't matter what you give them. You can give a black man, you give every black man and black woman in this country $5 million apiece. By the end of the month, they'll be broke. By the end of the month, they'll be broke because their minds are messed up. Their minds are not right. Nobody wants to fix the minds of the people. And the only way you fix the minds of the people is to tell them the truth. Tell them the real truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Stop telling them lies that these people are somehow going to do right by you, that they're somehow going to sit up here and give you things. You know? They're not going to do that. These people are not going to do right, but they don't have a history of doing right by people. They don't do that. Don't fall for the getting dressed up in fancy suits and the analytical jargon and the talk that these people do, and they courtrooms and things like that. See, that's the problem with our people. We fall for things like that. And we think, oh, we could talk just as good as them. I could sound just as analytical as them. I could argue the case of our people just as good as them. But at the end of the day, they don't give a damn. They don't give a damn how much you argue. All that's just for show. If it's not in their best interest to do it, which it's not, then they're going to tell you, well, we don't recognize that. Just as easily. We don't recognize. What you going to do? What are you going to do? You going to like it or lump it? What are you going to do? Who do they have to answer to when they don't obey your treaties, your writs, your whatever, your contracts? Who do they have to answer to? See, they don't have to answer to nobody. They can just tell you no. That's it. And that's how that works. They'll just tell you no. And you got nothing. See, a lot of people don't want to hear the truth. Nobody wants to hear the truth. People want to hear what sounds good. That's why we fall for religion. That's why we fall for religion. That's why we fall for spirituality. That's why we fall for metaphysics, Pan-Africanism, culture, all kind of madness, instead of things that are intelligent and forward-thinking. We don't go for things like that. See, because when you start dealing with the truth, when you start dealing with things as they are, and not what you want them to be, not what you would hope they would be, then you can start seeing the bigger picture, the logical picture. Because it's really not hard to understand these people at all. It's really not hard to get salvation for our people. Salvation will only come when the minds of our peoples change. We stop depending on these people and using them or trying to add them into the equation of our problem. They're not our problem. We are the problem. We are the problem. We are mentally destroyed as a people. And all the land in the world, if you gave America to black people tonight, you have black people trying to give it right back to the white man because your minds are not right. You can't even get order in your own house. Your children are all over the place. You Moors, y'all can't even get together amongst yourselves. Some of y'all are talking about, oh, we not Bays, we L's, and we not Muslims. We just say now y'all got confusion going amongst each other. So a house divided, what does that say? A house divided will not stand. So how are you going to sit up here now and talk about what we need to get this, that, and the third? Y'all minds are not right. If you're not willing to go out here and make it happen for yourself without these people, without the assistance of these people to come together, just like how Garvey did. He didn't say, well, we're going to ask for reparations. And all. Garvey said, we're just going to go back to Africa. Now, it didn't work, because he had a bunch of Negroes with him, unfortunately. He had some good people, a lot of good people with him that was really about that. And you had some Negroes who were close to him that made sure that movement crumbled. But Garvey had the right idea insofar as doing it for themselves. He didn't go asking a white man for that. He looked at, if you have a bunch of determined people who want to be on their own, want to self-govern themselves and things like that, then we got to go someplace else to make that happen, to make this dynamic happen. To make this paradigm shift, there has to be a shift in the people, not a shift in the oppressor. Because the oppressors are the people who brought you here, they're not changing their mind. Because what's been working for them has been going good. So I look changing my mind to do the right thing now. When in my mind, I've been doing the right thing. And in their mind, they've been doing the right thing. You understand? In their mind, they've been doing the right thing. So how are you going to tell these people or convince these people now that they're not doing the right thing? In their mind, to treat you like they treat you, that's the right thing. To deny you rights or to do anything like I said, or not do nothing for you, that's in their best interest. It ain't in their best interest to do for you. That's why you got to think about your own interest. See, that's the problem with black people. Y'all think that everybody's supposed to have this humanistic mentality when it comes to you, and you think that everybody should be obligated to do the right thing. You got this do the right thing mentality, like Spike Lee, do the right thing. You think the white man's supposed to do the right thing? You think that everybody in the human race is supposed to be the same? And you think just because in your mind you live by a certain code of conduct and rules that everybody else think that way. Obviously not. Welcome to the real world. Grow up. These people don't think like that. Because if they did, you would have never had to even ask for no sovereignty. You wouldn't have went through what you went through. And you will continue to go through what you're going through, and you will continue to be in these people's courtrooms and talking about, sovereignty and all this, and money is going to change things, because you don't want to look at the real problem, which is yourselves and how you think and the separations that are drawn to you. One word has destroyed the minds of black people, and that's spirituality. One word. Under spirituality, you will find all religion: Islam, Christianity, Judaism, Pan-Africanism, metaphysics, all this stuff our people follow. Spirit, all that's under spirituality. Rituals that don't change. And if rituals don't change, that means minds are not changing. And if minds are not changing, that means there's no evolution there. And you Moors, y'all fall under that too, because y'all still with the Islam garbage. Y'all still with this Islam garbage. You still with this. You still half Masons and stuff like that. You still following under their spiritual practices. Now, you want to sit up here and go, oh, well, we used to practice this stuff first, brother. This was our spiritual practices. Yeah. Right. It don't matter no more. It don't matter. Get some new practices, brother. It's time to move on. They not sitting up here listening to nothing you got to say. They're not sitting up here bearing witness to nothing you got to say. You understand? They're not sitting up here going to give you any sovereignty. It's not going to happen. I don't care how many contracts you have with a battery of lawyers. It's not going to happen. And all these Negroes out here that's pushing that sovereignty on our people, they ain't doing nothing but hustling, y'all. A lot of these Negroes is burnt out. They want to be leaders. They want to try to get money because they, like I said, it's money in the sovereignty thing. It's money in telling people, well, you ain't got to pay your mortgage, or you ain't got to. You get some contracts, or, you should be your own sovereign citizen, or you get your own birth certificate, your own birth. It's money in that. I tell you, when you got our people out here who are looking for something better, you're always going to find a bunch of hustlers that gather around and trying to figure out how they can make a buck from it. Whether it's people that's pushing vegan diets, or pushing a culture, a consciousness, so-called consciousness, or sovereignty, or here go my new movement over here where we here to get the money. Hell, you might well go ahead and join Creflo Dollar, TD Jakes. You might as well go join TD Fakes or Creflo Dollar. You understand? It's the same nonsense. When the true answer is in the evolution of the minds of the people, the change in the minds, the dumping out of the old and starting new, starting over. Because everything that people have been advocating to us, we did it already. We've been there, we've done it. We've been there, we've done it. We done talked about sovereignty. We done read the Quran. We done talked about all this stuff. We've been there and we've done it. And where are people at today? Are we any better off now? Are we any better off talking about sovereignty and money going to change things and whatnot? Like I said, you get a black man money, that's like giving him a license to, like I said, to just consume. He become like the damn the Blob with a black, the Blob, that movie where the Blob just consume everything in its path. That's the damn black man and black woman, just wasteful spending, throwing away money on nonsense. No, nobody got a plan to build a school for their children. I ain't heard no black person talking about building, starting a college that's not funded by white people. Building a university for your children. Building a grade school from 1 to 12 for your babies. You understand? And not letting just everybody go there, like the public school. I don't hear nobody talking like that. I don't see schools popping up all over the place. Only one who did that successfully was the Honorable Elijah Muhammad in his time. Ain't nobody else doing that on that level. See, if you can't even take enough interest in raising the minds of your children, then what hope do you have for the future? Y'all mentality is like, oh, let them go to public school, or I'm gonna homeschool them. You mean to tell me y'all can't set up your own school system? You can't set up a grades from 1 to 12? Here you have poor people in the old nation of Islam, the real nation of Islam, the old nation of Islam. You had those people barely read and write and whatnot, joining the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and setting up the University of Islam because they understood that education and it was better was for the betterment of their children, that they learn and that they educate their children. People who could barely read and write, a lot of them barely literate, but they understood that. See, they didn't have this mentality of, we're going to go to contracts and things like that, and we can go and we can get this and we can get that, because where does it stop? Where does the begging stop? You understand? Where does the begging stop? Where does the, okay, well, I'm going to get me some sovereignty today. I don't have to get this, or I could get some, next thing you know, I get some reparations. Where does the begging stop? You understand? Where does it stop? Because I said it's a childlike mentality. It's a childlike mentality. You should feel embarrassed to be asking for these things. Because what you don't understand is spiritually, and with your spiritual nonsense, that spiritual essence, you put these people on a higher plateau when you ask people for things. You put them on a higher plateau than you. You create the paradigm of master and slave. You keep it going. Every time you got to turn around and ask these people for things, you create that paradigm. You Moors, you reparationists, you Pan-Africanists, Negroes who come out, yeah, you black power Negroes. Y'all create that paradigm. You want to keep this thing going back and forth instead of using all that energy to build something else. If the first ships or the first boats or whatever didn't work, or the first houses didn't work, then you know what? It's time to tear them houses down and build a totally new house. Without the old materials. It's time to build a totally new house with new material. See, but a lot of our people don't want to do that because they got a slave mentality. I told you, you got to go back to the mindset of the people. You got to go back to the mindset of the people. They feel comfortable asking the white man. They feel comfortable going to the government. They feel comfortable beating that same dead horse about sovereignty and money going to change, and we need land and we need resources. I just had somebody on Facebook tell me, oh, well, brother, yeah, we need food, clothing, and shelter. Yeah, we also need gold and diamonds so we can trade. I'm like, trade for what? Do you black people even know the value of gold and diamonds other than wearing them on your neck? You know, see, that's the mentality. Everything goes back to the way you think, the limitations in your thoughts. The only reason y'all think that gold and diamonds are worth anything is because the white man put a price on them. He made it seem like it was worth something. You understand? It's just pretty. I mean, it does have purpose, but your mind ain't on that level yet to understand it. Our minds are not on that level yet. And our minds, we think our minds, we think it's currency. In our minds, we think it's currency. And I said to the brother, well, if you get gold and diamonds and all this stuff, and let's say you use that to trade for food, because I'm like, you might find people who got food, and they might not want to trade you for no gold and no diamonds, because they mindset is, I'm gonna keep my food source to last me for my lifetime. I'm not trading no food for no gold and no diamond. What they gonna do with it? They can't eat gold and diamonds. You understand? If you use up all your gold and diamonds, let's say you got a gold mine or a diamond mine or whatnot, you use up all your gold, your diamonds or whatnot, what are you going to do after that? You know, unless you have a mine, a constant gold mine or whatever, which you're probably not going to have. You know, gold and diamonds is not like paper money, right? Not too many people are going to be trading in that, right? So what happens when you deplete your resource? Because you know how people are going to deplete the resource. You know how people do. Black people are going to spend up all their money, right? What's going to happen? You back at ground zero again, right? It's like that Negro Curtis Sharp, the guy who hit the lottery for $5 million in Jersey. I'll never forget him in the 80s. That was the biggest payout at that time in the 80s. That was a big thing, $5 million. You know what that Negro doing now? He broke. Gave him $5 million in less than 7 years. He was broke. $5 million back in the 80s was a lot of money. And he got nothing now. He's broke. Right? Because if you had a real mind, a man with a real mind could take $100,000 and turn it into $1 billion. You could take $100,000 and turn it into $1 billion if your mind is right. You understand? You can build on that. You ain't got to hustle and con no people or do nothing. You could build on that. With $100,000, you could turn it into $1 million and keep building. But hell, a damn black man with his mindset, he get $5 million. Like I said, all he gonna do is consume till he got nothing. Then he'll be right back at the white man's door begging for a handout, begging for more reparations, trying to put in to get some programs going and stuff like that. So the mindset is messed up. It's a childlike mentality that has to be attacked. And that childlike mentality was spread through spirituality, through religion, where they told you that you are a child of God. Look at this, think about that. In religion, they tell you are children of God. Then the white man gives you the image of God as a white man, right? Jesus, his son, is a white man. And then he turns around and calls you children of God. So what did that do mentally to the people? What was that introducing to your mind? It introduced that they are your parents, or the image of your parent, your true parents look like them, meaning they're over you and you're under them like children. And y'all still got that mentality. You still got that mentality. You black men who sit up here and talk about the black man is God and the Nation of Islam and 5% Nation, y'all still putting Fard up as Master Fard Muhammad. He's still the master. Well, like I said, y'all could sit up here and claim he's half black and mulatto or whatnot. By all accounts and purposes, he looked like a white man. And you referring to a white man in this day and time as master still? Wow. That's that childlike mentality. That's the whole thing of producing a master and slave paradigm, to have your slaves or your people who are under you think like children. You don't want them to grow up. You don't want them to become adults. You want them to keep coming to you and asking you for sovereignty, for money, for reparations. Even though they claim they don't like that, they don't like when you do that, they really actually do. They actually do. They like when our black people come over and ask for things. When you going into their court system with your red hats on, your feathers, and you asking these people for handouts, for sovereignty. They like that, right? They like to see you beg, ask, demand, whatever. It's all the same thing. It all amounts to the same thing. But see, in your mind, you think you are entitled. You think you're entitled. You don't think you begging. You don't think you're that you asking for handouts. And a lot of y'all get pissed off when you hear that. A lot of you don't like this. You don't like this real talk, right? You want to come up here and be technical about it, and oh, brother, well, that's not really right, brother. You know, you don't know the logistics of it. You don't know the the legalities of it and all this, and you want to do all the back talk, and you want to do all the contractual bull crap. But it's just that, a bunch of BS. They don't care about none of that nonsense. The bottom line is, the answer is no. So you can go and file your papers, file your motion, go to sit up in these courts with these white people and tell them all this madness, and they're not even listening to you. They thinking about getting their lunch. They thinking about lunch. They thinking about getting home and relaxing somewhere, or laying up with some man or some woman or whatever, or a kid, whatever. They ain't thinking about you. They're like, if they even entertain you. But y'all still with this madness. You still want to come up here and be heard. Like children, you want to come and have an audience with your parents. How ridiculous is this? How sad is this? In 2013, you black men and black women still got to go with your hat in your hand, and y'all not trying to do nothing for yourself. I don't hear nobody coming together saying, look, you know what? The hell with Africanism, the hell with moral science, the hell with all these things of the past. We moving on with a new mentality, a new mindset, a new selectual way of thinking, something that works for us. We're going to develop another thing. See, the black man and black woman ain't ready to do that. Like I said, the holding on to these Moorish things and the Moorish science and the holding on of Islam, Christianity, all this other religion, the holding on to the metaphysics, the Pan-Africanism, it's just you don't want to let your parents' hands go. You don't want to let your white daddy's hand go. You don't want to let the white man's hand go. You don't want to let go of his knowledge, his theories, his beliefs. You don't want to let it go. You don't want to let go of the hope that someday he might give you some money and might do right by you. You don't want to let that go. That proves that you are damaged mentally. Our people are damaged goods. We are damaged mentally because of people who can't think forward for themselves, of people who want to sit around and constantly wait, like I said, for handouts. That tells you something. I'm going to go ahead and take a call. 901, you're on air.
Yo, what's up, Lou? How you doing, bro?
How you doing, brother?
Hey, man, yeah, I just got in, man. I just actually I just logged into the show, man. And what you just said in the last 3 minutes was the realest shit I heard in my life, man. That's what I be trying to tell these cats, man. I'm talking about, bro, before this year out, I'm making my way to New York, man. I'm in Memphis, bro. I'm making my way to New York, man, because I gotta check out one of your sessions, bro. Because that's real talk, man. These cats be killing me out here in their conscious community, man. Popping that shit like that shit really matter out here. It don't even matter out here, man.
Look, the white man don't give a damn about nothing these Negroes talking about. All right? Like I told you, they'll let Moorish talk, all that sovereign talk, all that. Like I said, they don't care about none of that. It's just a bunch of Negroes trying to hustle people who looking for a way out, looking for a dream, want to be a part of something. It's sad. But when we bring this, so when we come out here with the state of mental and we talking about, the only evolution that's going to come is going to come through our people. It's not going to come from any dealings with the white man or any, contracts or any reparations. They not dealing with you.
Intelligence precedes all nonsense. That's what you're saying, basically.
Exactly.
Intelligence precedes all nonsense.
Exactly. They're not dealing with our people, man, because like I said, what's in it for them? That's how the white man, that's how anybody, that's not even just the white man, I'm not even just putting him up, that's anybody. People are only going to deal with you based on what they can get. What is in it for them to give you sovereignty or reparations or money or any of these other things? What's in it for them? Absolutely nothing. So, is it likely that they're going to give you out as a thinking man, two thinking men? Is it likely that they're going to give black people anything? No.
Why?
No. They don't have anything to gain. They got more to lose by giving you $5 million because they know, like I said, all you're going to do is sit up here and buy up everything and give it back to them and they don't want the money back because they know the money worthless. All they concerned about is making sure you don't deplete the resource or the material gain because, like I said, the black man go out here, let's give every black man $1 million, right? Let's give every black man $1 million since they say, because the government can afford to give every black person $1 million.
Man, them niggas going to be broke next Wednesday.
Oh, yeah. Oh, but you know what else is going to happen, right? The
white man going to be like richer next Wednesday.
Oh, no, he's not going to be. You know what? The blacks will bankrupt the system. You know why? Because what they're going to do, you're going to see every black person in America going to be buying cars, right? You got 1 million people. They're going to be buying like 20 pair of sneakers, 30 pair of sneakers, and they're going to be, like I said, they're going to be over-consuming. So when you got all these people over-consuming like this, when you got all of them at the same time over-consuming, what happens? That throws the market off.
Right, because it's too much. Right.
It's too much, exactly.
Yeah, it's too much expensive.
That's why you got conservatives that run the country. They conserve money. They have their riches and stuff like that, but they not like black people. The white man, like I said, the conservative ones got billions of dollars. They'll be driving old cars like Warren Buffett. This guy drives like maybe a 2010. Not even a late model car. He drives, and it's not even nothing fancy because that's their mentality. Their mindset is not to spend up their money.
Sam Walton, man, he was driving a damn pickup truck when he died. He owned fucking Walmart.
Yeah, exactly. Billionaire.
Man, I already know, man. I'm glad I tuned in time, man. I'm just gonna fall back, man. That you keep, man, drilling.
All right.
But
thanks for calling, brother.
I'll try to be there, brother.
Make it happen, brother. Don't try. We don't use the word try in the state of mental. We do, brother. We don't try. The black man try. The bright man does.
True indeed.
All
Say
right.
no more.
All right.
Say no more.
See you there. See you in summertime.
All right.
Peace. Like I said, I know some of the Moors, they pissed off, and they might be pissed off, and they're not listening to the show no more because they mad because I'm not saying what they want me to say. And I asked them more. They can call in as long as they don't give a long diatribe on contract because nobody wants to hear all that. Nobody wants to hear the long diatribe on contracts and what's going to happen. Like I said, it sounds good in theory. All that sounds good, but what does it do to you mentally? What does it do to you mentally when you have to know that you got to go through these people to get things done? It's like you black men in Hollywood. You understand? You Tyler Perrys and all you black men in Hollywood, you Spike Lees and all you Negroes in Hollywood. How does it feel to know that you got to bend over and grab your ankles, right, and allow these people, and you got to go to these people with hat in hand to beg? You then that's what you're really doing. You're not coming with no business plan because they don't really give a damn whether you make a movie or not. They don't care about the money. They can put out 1,000 Spider-Mans and make their money. So when you come to them, they be like, well, we don't have to make any black movies, right? But they'll take a meeting with you and entertain you and let you sit there and beg because I told you they get off on that. I told you they get off on that. They get off on black people asking them, with hat in hand, grown-ass black men who they probably was afraid of when they was growing up. They thought they was going to get their behinds kicked by you. They enjoy seeing you put a dress on. They enjoy seeing you ask them for money like children. They enjoy it. Instead of you black men having your own studios and just make whatever movie you want to make, you got to run to them. You got to ask them to distribute your movie. How does that make you feel as a man? Right? How does it make you feel as a woman or a man to have to go to these people when you want to get a record put out instead of producing and putting out your own records and your own and distributing your own stuff? How does that make you feel as a man or woman? See, because we've not had the taste of that in so long. And when you try to get black people to do that, when you get people like Berry Gordy who tried to push, because I give props to Berry Gordy because he was pushing and he was doing his thing till he went up under MCA. But that was a business movie. I guess he had to do it. He couldn't get the distribution. He went up under MCA. But you had Berry Gordy and John H. Johnson doing his thing with Ebony and Jet, right? It's never those kind of black people that we push. We never push those kind of black people that stand up. Oscar Michaud, we never push those kind of black people to stand up and pioneer and take charge of their lives. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad. We don't never push those kind of black people trying to stand up and do something. We always want to find a problem with them. The black men that want to stand up, that don't want to beg, who don't want to go with their hat in hand asking for some goddamn sovereignty. Who don't want to go asking the white man for sovereignty because, like I said, it makes you look childlike. It makes you look infantile. That you got to go and ask another man to respect your rights or acknowledge you as a sovereign citizen, that you got to go and talk to these people about anything. If anything, you should want to have as little contact as possible. Setting up a wall of subtraction. A wall of subtraction. Where you start subtracting these people out of your life. Start trying to limit your connection with these people and start trying to, by limiting your connection with these people and others and having to go to them, you start thinking of ways to strengthen your own base. Where you can produce these things on your own. You ain't got to go to them with your hat in your hand. Begging, asking. Because they love it. These people. They love the Moorish science. These people love the reparation people. They love it. They love when you ask them. Nothing gets people off, right? More than a power trip. The biggest power trip in the world is to get to the people who you probably look up to and worship, or that you scared of, to get on their knees and ask you for things, or get dressed up as a woman in a movie. So, and you tell them, well, if you're not going to get dressed up as a woman, we're just not going to work with you anymore. And you Negroes do it. They can get you to, run and jump and run down the damn football field like a slave with a damn pigskin in your hand, or jump through the damn sky with a ball in your hand and all that at the behest of these people. And they'll tell you that they own you, or they can trade you. So y'all don't have a problem with that. You don't have a problem with that. You understand? No. Black people always got an excuse, right? We always got an excuse for why we don't do things. We always got an excuse for why we don't do things ourselves, or come together, or join any movements that are advocating the pushing of ourselves, because that's what the State of Mentel does, right? Like I said, we use this internet service, we use all this as a tool to put out to our people. When we talk about coming together and using our own intelligence to build something better, even if we start out small, it's still ours. See, because the momentum is supposed to build when you got just as many like minds who are ready to start over and dump out all the spiritual crap, all the nonsense, all the things that have to do with interacting with these people, to get them and break that paradigm of you asking and, us back and forth with you asking them for this and asking them for that, and you coming at them like this, and, you got to get this done, and you got to ask them for this and that and the third. No. They don't got to ask you for nothing. They just free to be in the world and do what they do. But yet, that's not your mentality. A lot of us, a lot of black people, unfortunately, got a beggar's mentality. It's bred in them. A lot of them got a slave mentality. They just not trying to shake. They're not trying to break it for themselves. If you can't even break it for yourself, break it for your children. A lot of y'all still got that mentality. Y'all, like I said, you can come up here, use all the analytical terms, the technical terms, to try to explain why you got this Uncle Tom spiritual mentality, spiritualized Uncle Tom mentality, where you think you need the white man for everything. You're not even trying to think your way out of nothing to come together. And when a black man, so-called black man, do try to get our people to think forward, y'all want to shoot him down because he not saying, he don't got that spiritual mind like y'all. He ain't got that spiritual Uncle Tom mindset like y'all, where y'all want to go keep running to white man, asking for reparations, asking for sovereignty, going to these things. Y'all don't want to stand up for yourself. I'm going to take a call. 773 on air.
I've been listening to what you've been saying and everything. If you live in the United States, 9 times out of 10, whatever job you have is coming from somebody that's not black.
Mm-hmm.
So that means that if you're working for somebody, 9 times out of 10, it ain't coming from somebody black.
Okay.
Here in America. So I'm hearing what you're saying, but at this point, blacks that have the sense need to get their money from anywhere, from white, Indian, Hispanic, whoever they can, so they can move to where they need to get to. Because it ain't coming from 9 times out of 10, it ain't coming from somebody black.
Well, I'm going to dispel that myth right now. I don't work for nobody. I have a small beverage company in New York City, and my money comes from black people. I deliver beverages to people, okay? Now, if more people thought like this, the more people that come together and think like this about coming together and, using our own community as a resource like everybody else does, because everybody seems to come in and take money from the Arabs to the Chinese to the white man. Everybody uses our community to make millions of dollars and take hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars out of our community a day in corner stores and markets, whatever, taking money from our community. And they're making their money from black people. I make my money from black people, majority, and some white people. And, and my business is growing. Now, if more people thought like that, if more people came together in a collective like that, then we wouldn't be having this conversation. We could make money.
I agree. I agree with you, but I think you're living in a different day and time, and the way black people think today, they don't think collectively, economically, and I think those days are very slim now, where you will see, I would say, 80% of blacks to make sure they will shop black. That mindset of blacks is totally, with today's generation, is totally gone. So if you have no sense of self, then you won't have a sense of unity and economic collectivity of creating your own.
Well, I sell to everybody. I tell black people, you should stop trying to be consumers and be producers and sell to everybody. I don't just sell to black people. I sell to any and everybody that will buy my product. That's the change that needs to happen. We need to stop with this buy black and sell black thing and sell to everybody, just like everybody sells to us. But we need to do it in a collective group of selling to everybody, just like everybody else does. We don't have to just sell and be pigeonholed or selling to black people and just buying from black people. We should be, buying from each other, and selling to everybody. That's what we should be doing. And you're right, that's not the mentality of the majority of black people, but that's why we advocate in the state of mentality, separation in the damn black race. We advocate a separation because the ones who are willing to be like this, the ones who are willing to see or are open to see the bigger picture to coming together collectively, these are the people that we're trying to come together with, because it's a whole mental evolution that we have to undergo in order to get to this level and to go beyond that. But if your mindset is just money, 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 then this is going to always be a problem. Because my ability to build and do what I'm doing is beyond just money. I think beyond that. Many black people don't think beyond that. I'm always looking at the bigger picture, and that is the future, our children and things like that, and what are we leaving for them to come.
Well, good luck with everything and your business, and after your business is doing good and you sell to black people and you got a black-owned business. But to do it,
I sell to everybody. Everybody, not just black people.
Everybody, but you're a black-owned business. But just to say this, though, with majority of the blacks and the way they thinking today, I don't see that happening with blacks getting to that point. But, I mean, good luck with your movement.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm only interested in the bright race. I'm not interested in the whole black race. The whole of the black race, they've mentally destroyed. So, like I said, the majority of them, all they're going to do is serve to consume. So I sell to them. So that's it. All right. One more call. 313.
Yeah.
Yeah, how you doing?
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
All right, brother. How you doing?
I'm chilling, man. Hey, I want to say, one, I was inspired by how you were speaking, you know what I'm saying, on the black race as a whole, you know what I'm saying, and the future brighter race, you know what I'm saying. I want to be a part of that. You feel me?
Oh, where you at?
I'm at Detroit.
You're in Detroit? All right.
Yes,
well,
sir. West side.
Okay. Well, what's your name, brother?
Antoine.
Antoine. All right, Antoine. You on Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not active on there right now, but I can do it when necessary.
Well, activate your Facebook page, and then you go on, because we're using this on. We got our official website, which is the SOM.info. You write this down, the SOM.info. All right. The SOM.info. That's the site. But you can go on Facebook and find State of Mentel potential members page, because we looking at people through that. Go on and State of Mentel, MENTELL, potential members. Yeah, potential members page. So you can go on there.
Game on that.
All right.
Not on Facebook still.
Yeah. Well, like I say, that's how I will get to see who you are, because we monitor people through that, because we don't just take everybody. We don't want everybody with us. We pick and choose who we want. Your mind got to be right.
And that's necessary. Because, I'm a family man. I got a wife, 2 kids, 2 daughters, so I'm a package, you know what I'm saying? And I'm out here holding it down for them, doing the right thing, you know what I'm saying? But I want to do more, because obviously what I'm doing is not enough out here, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to work every day, going to school every day, but that's just still not enough. You feel me? It's not enough, man. You can't just do that. You can't be out here just doing your own thing, not helping the brother you see out here walking around with the screw face that you say, you know what I'm saying? And you walking right past him, going to your car, getting in. Worried if he going to take your shit, not worried if he going to live to see the next day. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the thing is to get with like-minded people, because I said we're going to open up a State of Mentel mentorium in every city. We started here in New York, but we're trying to go from city to city, and we finding like-minded brothers and sisters to bring about a community in every city in the country. That's what we're moving to do. So, like I said, there's a chapter where people can go and sit in on the meetings and whatnot, and listen to what we're talking about when we're advocating within the bright race or the intelligent race that we're talking about, breeding out of the black race and causing this separation, because there has to be a separation in order for our minds to start working on a more effective level. Because as long as we are connected up with or linked up with the majority of our people whose minds are messed up or mentally going, it's going to be no forward movement. So you got to take the strongest minds, the people who are meant to evolve, and put them together and move forward with them on a whole new mentality. That's the only way it's going to save our people. That's the only salvation for our people.
That's true, man. We need this new nation, man.
That's it.
But I do have a question, my brother. I do have a question, and I have to ask you this. This is out of my interest in your message. You know what I'm saying? Now, concerning the race that we are, you feel me? The race that we are, because I'm a part of that. You feel me? Let's not get it twisted. Whatever you're talking about, I'm a part of that. So the question I have for you, sir, is I'm having a hard time digesting the fact that you say we come from a reptilian race, sir, because the fact is those people can portray any race, you feel me? So it's not based on something of a humanoid characteristic.
Well,
now, that's what I want to learn more about, because this link is made in different conspiracy theories, you feel me, across the world, saying this race that's out here. But a lot of them, you know, they're looking at it and they Caucasian, you feel me? And they just so interested in what's going on with that right there. And that's what piques my interest, because I'm like, if that's true, 1 + 1 = 2, that means they're talking about me and my people, you feel me? That's my family. And that, with that alone right there, that makes me want to go out here and help these brothers out here that feel that hustling is the only way out of here. And you really not even getting out of here. You're just going down the street, downtown. It's a little bit better, but it's still the same situation. The same niggas gonna break in your crib. So
well,
I'm just out here. I'm on what you're talking about, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here. I do have questions, but I just want to be in the opportunity. I'm not on no terrorist to this whole nation that we're trying to bring right here. I'm with you, brother.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna explain to you why I was making a reference to the reptilian thing. I said that our people are related to the ancient reptiles and the dinosaurs and whatnot, because our origin, people, you know, when you talk about human, I said our people are not part of the human race. We're a totally different species, and I stand on that. I said your human race are comprised of your East Indians, who are the black people of your human race, your Asians, and your white man, your Caucasians. That's your human race. They all got the same kind of hair, same kind of fur, which means they come from the same origin, which is, they tell you, their scientists tell you they come from monkeys, from apes. We don't have the same kind of hair as these people. We don't have the same kind of skin texture. We don't have the same facial features. We don't have nothing the same as these people. So we can't come from the same source as these people, obviously.
You know, like I feel the same. I don't have nothing against, you know, other people. You feel me? Because I know I'm different to myself. You know,
but they'll tell that lie that we're all the same.
No, yeah, but I feel like we were the ones that were created first. You feel me?
No,
that's my understanding. As far as being first, that was us. You feel me? Because I'm not talking about from what you dig up on the ground. I'm talking about what was created first, as far as humanoid characteristics. That's why I'm with you in a way. You feel me?
Well, here's the thing: we're not human.
Characteristics are humanoid. Let me
have
the
explain.
same parts for the most part, but it's just those distinctions that make it very odd that they'd be linked to the same type of DNA.
Okay, well, let me explain this. I said that the humans are a creation or artificial creation that was seeded here on the planet. I said we are a natural manifestation on the planet that came through a bloodline connection with those beings who created this planet. We are a manifestation, not a creation of anything. We were always in existence as a continuous race of people. That's why I refer to our people as the almond race, not the human race, the almond race, because the word almond is another word, and they broke it down into your Latin of omni, meaning continuous or eternal people, because they tell you, according to your religion, that God, you know, and I'm just using the word God because people understand that God or the supreme being is a continuous or ever-living soul or ever-living power, right? So if God or the supreme being was in existence or living before there was an earth, before there was a solar system, because he had to be living before there was an earth, a solar system, there had to be a race of supreme beings, men and women, that were living to create this thing. They had to be living elsewhere to create this thing.
I mean, and I feel you on that, but it was some wrongdoing done throughout the course of time. You feel me what I'm saying? And we are in a position where we're going to be saying, you know, we're going to make judgments on those that was even before us. You feel me? Like those that were before us are going to say, you know, he had the opportunity to see the change that happened. And he's able to say, okay, even after all that change happened, he still made this decision. And that's what we do. How many talents you going to bring to the table and make a change with?
But we got, like I said, before that happens, we have to see the bigger picture of it, that this is a continual thing, and that we're supposed to be going through a mental evolution because we come from a continuous bloodline. We don't come from a creation on origin. A creation on origin took place on this earth with the human race, who are artificial. We are a continuous, natural manifestation of a bloodline ascension that we're supposed to be going forward in. And once we understand that we're not part of the human race, that we're part of the almond race, and that we are continuously moving forward, or that omni, or that ever-present race of beings that created all this, then the picture becomes bigger. Then we understand what our purpose is here, and then we can come together collectively on that. But as long as black people got this limited mentality, or who have adopted this human artificial mentality where everything is based around materialism, everything is based around nonsense and whatever, money, whatever, everything is based around timely things that at one time didn't exist. As long as our mentality is based on that, then we're going to be lost in time. We're going to cease to keep moving forward, which is what's happening right now. So
playing boys games, gotcha.
All right.
I got you, sir. Hey, I'm going to get more information, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to have to do some reading, you feel me? Because I can't just go off of all spoken word, you feel me? So that's why sometimes I got to just read and put myself in the context of the words that I'm seeing and try to make logic out of it.
Yeah, you have to always utilize your logic. Don't put yourself totally in the informative state, because when people give you information, it's meant to get you to think in a formation, meaning in a circle, or in a box.
Right.
And you have to. That's why I tell you, I didn't come here to give my people information. I came here to give you intelligence. I came here to spark your intelligence, to get you to start thinking forward, not to get you moving in a circle. So,
brother, let me tell you right now, you done that. I've even let my wife listen to you, man. She was inspired by the message. So yeah, man, we just gonna keep moving forward and doing what you talk about, bro. Living.
All right. Go check the site out, and go check us out on Facebook, and check the State of Mentel site, the SOM.info. All right, brother?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Take care, brother.
You too, man.
All right. Next call, 510, Brother Reg.
Nubin.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, brother?
All right.
I had to press one, man. This is another excellent share, man. Excellent, man.
Thank you.
Man, yeah. Hey, I was just, I had a comment about working, because I know when people hear you talk about working for the white man, you know what I'm saying, all that, they take it out of context. I know exactly what you're saying, and me being a person that works, see, there's a difference between me and my coworkers. My coworkers work, but this job becomes part of their life and part of them. They can't see anything further. You know what I mean? Yeah, I work. I have 3 jobs. One job, I can work one of my jobs and don't have to do anything else. I could take care of my family, pay my bills and all the regular stuff. But I have bigger plans. You feel me? And it doesn't have anything to do with working working for this system, So yeah, I work, but the people that work should have a plan that I'm going to work. I'm going to do this for this amount of time and I'm going to make preparation while I'm working for you people. I'm going to be making preparations to execute my plan. See, so that is the mind. That's the that is not a normal working class mind, and this is the mind state we have to be in as bright human beings. As bright people. All right. That's all I had to say about that. And I got into a conversation with this Moorish cat, and he's really. I'm like, dude, you are part of the world church. He really believes that these white people, or the people that are in power, are going to give them something. These people really believe this, that they're going to be able to stand up on these laws and have these people do something for them. And they're doing nothing but begging. They're begging, and they're making those people in power. They're even giving them more power because they see that they still control those people. You feel me? They still they are in control of you. You're asking them for help, like they're your savior, you know? And they can't. I don't understand how they can't see that, man. I don't understand it. But this brother,
I tell you, you know what it is? I'm gonna interrupt. You know what it is? That's that spirituality, mind. That spirituality. Like I said, notice the Moors are linked to what? Islam. Is not Islam a spiritual religion? See, they don't understand. That, or most of these cats is Christian. I mean, Christianity, it's all spirituality, Pan-Africanism. It's all a trance meant to keep our people in a slave mentality, on the slave paradigm. That's why they introduced that to us. That's why they introduced the religion to us. They introduced that, and they broke our selectual intelligence or our solar intelligence when we were building and we were thinking, and we were in a stage of constantly forming and moving forward. Like I said, then they got us caught up in the spirituality thing, and the Moors are caught up in it, the Muslims are caught up in it, the Christians, the Pan-Africanists, all these Negroes is caught up in that spirituality. That's the slave mindset. That's what's going to keep them running back to the white man and all these other people looking for salvation when there's going to be none.
Yep. And they're in denial of that fact. I even explained to him and showed him the parallels of what he believes is to be correct and religious and spiritual beliefs. There are just too many parallels for someone that is thinking correctly or thinking with their own mind not to see the parallels. All that shit is the same thing, you know? But
let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something, Red. At a certain point, you're just wasting your time. These Negroes is blind, deaf, and dumb. You wasting your. I've learned that you could talk to some people. They just like these white guys. They'll call in here like the white guys. They'll call in, and their whole objective is just to call you a nigga. They're not trying to really listen to nothing you say. Their mind is already made up that you lower than them, and they have to keep telling themselves that. Just like these Negroes, their mind is already made up. It's already in a box where we're gonna get free through salvation, through the laws, and through red, black, and green and black power, because that's where their mind stops at. There's no forward movement beyond those boxes. Their Moors and their minds are stuck in a Moorish box. Their minds are stuck in a Muslim box. Their minds are stuck in a Christian box. There's no more movement beyond that, or Masonic box, or Pan-African box. There's nothing beyond that. Right, so to trying to show them something beyond that, they're not trying to listen to. They're not trying to hear you. Everything beyond that to them, where you getting this from? Where you getting that? That's crazy, bro. What's God making stuff up? What the hell you think the noble Drew Ali and them did? What do you think they was doing?
That's right.
You know,
hey,
what do you think these white men doing with these laws that you sitting up here reciting? They made that up. You know,
and the Moors say that they made the laws up, but it doesn't matter because you don't control them.
It don't matter.
You don't control them.
Black man, white man, don't matter. It's all timely stuff, and what we understand in intellect, anything that's timely will eventually fall out of time.
That's right. It's gonna.
Intellect is forever. Mentellect is forever. It was here with our people in ancient Egypt, though they didn't use the word mentellect. But like I said, now the spark has come. That mentellect is that elect mindset of people who are getting a spark to move forward. That's us in this day and time.
Yeah. Hey, let me make two more statements, and I'm gonna let you go on because I want to hear. I want to hear the rest of the show. Real quick. Okay. Remember the birds are reptiles, right? And people have a problem with that, but they don't think back. Okay, so if birds of today, they are relatives of the birds of ancient days, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, have you ever heard of a pterodactyl?
Yeah.
That was a flying reptile.
Yeah.
So that means that the genetics of the birds of today go back to that bird.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there's no more argument there. You can't say that birds are not reptiles because we have if dinosaurs did exist as they did, then their relative is a pterodactyl. All right, and no more argument there. Okay, and when we speak of reptilians, turn off David Icke people. We're not talking about what David Icke is talking about.
Yeah.
You know, because that's the first thing I get when I speak of the reptilian race. They go, "Oh, you listening to David Icke?" That's not what we're talking about. You know, they They want to take the reptilian, and just like they did the Egyptian, they want to make them white.
Of course.
That's what they want to do.
I'm glad somebody saw that. I'm glad you saw that.
That's how they move.
That's all they want to do. Like, wait a minute. First the white man telling you. First they telling you they come from monkeys, right? And they do their human evolution chart. They come. Now they reptiles now.
Mhm.
Okay, they everything. They the Egyptians. We was never nothing. They everything. They the Egyptians. They the reptiles. They the extraterrestrials. But then they go, well, where black people come from? And simple-minded black people got to sit around and wait for them to tell them the answer where you come from.
Exactly.
They'll tell the simple-minded black man he come out of the behind of an orangutan, as an orangutan's turd, and he'll sound scientific about it. And of course, the simple-minded black man and black woman will believe it. The so-called educated ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, all they got to do is put a DR and a PhD at the back of the name, and the Negroes will believe it.
The shame.
And accept it. That's true.
Yeah. Hey, the last show was hot, man. Damn. Hey, you killed him, man. You killed him. I had to say that, bro. You killed him. I listened to it like 3-4 times, man. You killed him.
Minister Inky, he put I wanted to see what his response was going to be to the stuff I said, and I saw like a little thing he posted on his thing, and he was just basically. He goes on still lying, telling lies, talking about, this guy he didn't mention my name. He said he's advocating the all reptilian diet, and just still lying, still telling lies.
That's a lie, bud.
Yeah, but that's what hustlers do. And then he made a 3-hour show about me where he called me a hustler and a con man. It's like he seemed like he was hurt by it, but then he takes one of the quotes I made on my page and he puts it on his page. When I was talking about when I put the spaceship up and when I put the ship up and I put the souls going up into the sun, he got that on his page now. So, but
what?
he put it on his page. It say clearly. That's why I say I'll put intellectual ᴍᴏ on my quotes because. To show people that know these people did not quote these things or come up with these things, I do it to show you that where they got it from. So it's clearly on his page with the funny Hebrew writing on it. Minister, and you'll see my quote up there, and you'll see, and he listens to the show. You know what I mean? But I just wanted to see what he's going to say. He said, this guy was telling us about following a reptilian. He didn't say my name, but he was talking about following an all reptilian diet. Never said that, but like I said, that's his vegan brain. You know what I mean? Because he figured
that's that hustle, man.
Yeah, that's that hustle, and that's that hustle, and all he can do is hear. He don't listen. You know what I mean? He accuse people of not listening. All he doing is hearing. He not listening because listening takes a level of concentration and intelligence. Like I said, when you got a child like mine. Like I said, same thing with like the child will take a whole bunch of jelly beans and eat all the jelly beans out of the damn bowl, and you tell the child, look, you can't just eat jelly beans. You got to eat a balanced meal. They don't understand everything. You got to eat different things. You got to eat balanced meal. But the child like mine only understand. I just want jelly beans, and they'll eat the damn jelly beans till their stomach hurt. That's the mentality. That's the mentality of your vegans. They're gonna just keep eating fruit and shoving fruit and vegetables in their mouth. Then when they looking malnourished like damn Dick Gregory, drawing up. You know what I mean? Or like Dr. Africa looking all drawn up. You know what I mean? Then they sitting around here. They don't understand why.
Yeah, man. Hey, this is my last word, and I'm gone, man. Bodied. Have a good night, newbie.
All right. All right. We'll play a little, Brother Reginald from L.A. All right. Play a little bit of music. I want to play. Hold on, old classic here. Let me see. Where is it at? Oh, here we go. For the black folks are still caught in that spiritual mindset of money and madness and money and land and sovereignty, where you still think that's going to be the salvation of our people. I dedicate this song to you. It's the old classic. You know what this is, Reg, for the people who caught up in the spiritual slave mentality. ᴍᴏᴅ Naked Music. We'll be right back. Blue 6. I had somebody tell me that, if we had gold and diamonds, and I tell you to call in Sean Gray if you're listening. Call in. He said, that gold and diamonds we could use as leverage and advantage and authority and power and bargaining ability, and black people don't know what to do with diamonds and gold, and that don't mean it's ours by birthright. I myself am no scientific value of precious metals on earth. alchemy, metaphysics. Oh boy, here we go. Alchemy and metaphysics. My agenda is freedom and power. What is your agenda? That's what he asked me. I read it off my Facebook page. See how the black man get emotional? And he started talking about, I'm like, yeah, you an alchemist and all that, chemistry. Half these Negroes don't even know how to put nothing together or do any kind of chemistry. They don't know what to do with gold and diamonds. They talking about, I'm like, you get gold and diamonds, and what are you going to do with it? Bargaining for what? Right? The people, if people don't, they selling you food, right? Which they make an abundance to keep people going, that they can keep growing. You can't keep growing gold. Yeah, you can't keep growing. Gold takes time to germinate or grow into the earth through sunlight, just like all elements. You're not going to keep growing gold, right? You got to keep digging and looking for gold. Gold doesn't just grow like that. They're trying to find a way to keep clone gold, and they're trying to figure out a way to mass produce gold, right? But you have to constantly be doing that, right? And like I said, the black man always want to talk about he's an alchemist and when he know precious metals, it's just talk. Because like I said, you black men, you'll get gold and you get diamonds and whatnot. You only find value in it because the white man said there's value in it. If you don't know what to do with it beyond just wearing it on your neck and whatnot, then you're just talking out of your behind. You're just talking out of the side of your mouth. Learn what it is you can do with it. Then tell me what you could do with it. But learn what you could do with it before you could sit up here and talk about you could use it as a bargaining chip. Bargaining chip for what? You don't think these people just come and just take it right from you? They'll just come take it right from you, right? Or just drop a bomb on wherever you at and just come in after you and move your bodies out the way and come take it themselves. Bargaining is over. That's how that works in the real world. Bargaining chip. Yeah, just like them Africans over there in South Africa, right? They have all the gold and diamonds that was in their land. Do they control it? No. Did the Beers company and them control that? I guess they was good at using their gold and diamonds as a bargaining chip, huh? They was walking around wearing it on their necks and whatnot, just staring at it and making jewelry out of it. That's all. Knock it off with the false bravado, black man. Here we go. 512.
Hey, brother, man. Hey, I'm going to tell you this. Excuse me for my ignorance. Sometimes I get caught up in that black shit, but I be tuned in because real talk. I respect what I hear from the bright race. But as two thinking men, mine is the black and the bright, as two thinking dark men, because, the white people don't care about what we doing anyway. Can you hear me, bro?
I can hear you.
Like, all right.
This is Mike Rich, right? Mike Rich?
No, this is Tway.
Oh, okay.
I go by Tway. Like that, names gotta have to change. Mike Rich, that dude he was on the fuckery and foolishness. So I'm on a serious note. I go by Tway. But as two
what is it again? Play or Tway?
Tway. Twey. Tway.
Okay. All right.
But anyway, that names don't even matter. Thinking like you instead of focusing on the majority of the negativity, let's focus on what are the people that's calling themselves black, like what are they doing positive? Like tell you what we have going on down here. But at the same time, let's bring it back to you talking about gold and diamonds and what can we do with it. I'm gonna tell you what we, besides just wearing it on our necks and putting it on our teeth and earrings and all that. Can we build with it? Like because I hear you talk about the firestorms. Like you have to bring it back to sometime we look at Noah when he was talking about water finna fall from the sky. That was one era. Now we talking about fire finna fall from the sky. Maybe we need to build a new kind of ark or a new pyramid with this gold and these diamonds because that can withstand fire a little more harsher than wood and. You know what I'm like? Do you understand where I'm going? I'm letting you know that I can think, not trying to go against what you're trying to build. I want to see. I might have to jump on your ship one day, and because you tell us that we don't know about sacrifice and this and that. Sometimes the black people don't want to sacrifice because some of the things they sacrifice that they want to renege. It's like playing the game. They want, I don't like I don't like that move. I want to go back to the old ways, but. Because even you we always had to use Africa and Egypt as a reference point on what we were back in the past. Like I tell you, I say black royalty. You might be speaking black royalty, just to show the people that's running the planet that we were once what they would label as kings. I don't even want to use that terminology because, you know, we're not saying trying, we just doing stuff. Like I said, I want to, how can we build with each other? Because I'm not just building stuff that's going to destroy us. Like, if you know about when I say weapons, I'm not building up weapons to destroy nothing. You can build the weapon to help. Like, spread out mass help around. Because I'm out here in my community, not just, hey, y'all, let's smoke this, let's just rap all day. No, party time is over. It's time to start building because people are starting to wake up. Bright community, black community. Let's work together. Let's put down these differences. Oh, I don't like this. You have to understand that some people put certain ingredients in their body we all built different. We all different species. Everybody's not a mentalian. So everybody won't be on the solitarian diet. We keep up with the intelligence that you put out because we are intelligent, but some of us chose to adopt certain ways. But we need to know that those weren't ours. Those weren't always ours to begin with. We just chose to adopt it and hold on to it because it helps us out along this journey. Like, I'm speaking intelligence to you. If you find any flaws in my conversation, let me know so I can switch my stuff up when I go talk to my brothers and my little youngsters and my children. I'm not going to give them bad information. I'm not trying to keep them locked in the box. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Well,
but that's just a thinking man to another thinking man.
Okay.
How can we put our thoughts into action? Because you're building for the city and where you at, and I'm building over here. We trying to figure out what is going to be the futuristic Cairo, Egypt. Like that, we could say let's forget about Africa for a little bit, but because we need to focus on the future. But those people gave us a reference point to what to build off of. They build pyramids out of stone and sand. Maybe we need to build pyramids out of gold and diamonds. You know what I'm saying? Like, because these are just arcs. We're going to have to build the pyramids big enough or enough of them to where 144,000 people could fit in it. Yeah, we don't use these terms of God and heaven and hell, but before we go, like all the black people are asking for all this bull stuff and madness that we've been going through all these years, hundreds of years. We've been losing at every game that they threw at us, every war that we want to get one more win before this is all over, and then the transformation can really fully begin. That's all we asking for before everything is new. But while we looking at the sun, we not recognizing that the sun is just a fuse, and it's getting ready to come to this earth, and the new Big Bang is going to happen all over again. You already speaking it. Firestorms are coming. This is powerful stuff, brother, and I respect what you're saying.
Okay. All right.
But I ain't going to keep it too long because a lot of people get it confused, and me and you going back and forth. I'm not agreeing. No, I'm not fighting what you saying, man. Everything you saying is true, but everything I'm saying is true, too. We just have two different perspectives. I had the slow southern side of it. I tell you, I could probably send some soldiers your way to help you build, and shoot. Like, could you, like, how you came at old dude, or how you first thought about him, what we going to do with gold? You can't get into black. Send the black people my way, because this is a transformation process. We all helping each other. It's not about the separation. It's Jesus came one time to separate. Now it's time for unity and see how can we build. We have to use the white people, the Filipinos. But we have to, before we go, we have to recognize a sense of self-royalty, like a king, a sovereignty about ourselves before we just be like, oh, we not shit and we were slaves on this planet, you know?
Mhm.
But anyway, I'm gonna just fall back because you really hit the nail on the head with this one, man. So keep on preaching, brother. We got a whole bunch of people out here in Austin, Texas, listening to your show, and the words that you have is helping us build with what we got going on down here. We all family, man.
All right, brother. Thanks for calling.
All right, man.
Take
yes,
care.
sir.
One of the things is, if our people truly want to make things change and we're not playing, you have to take charge and change in your own life. Like I said, there will be no evolution in the black race. There will be no salvation for the black race until our people are ready to sacrifice their old ways. I'm going to say it again. I don't want people around me getting high. I don't want people around me getting drunk. I don't want people bringing their old filth and poison with them. You people can't help me. And that's not disrespect to the brother. I'm just saying, you people who still doing the old things, still following the old ways, who still want to bring their old garbage with you, who want to bring your old emotional mentality and bring your old sovereign mindset and that connection with everybody, that spiritual connection with the white folks and everybody else, we don't want it with us. All right? We're moving on a new selectual energy, on a new selectual power. For those of you who don't understand, that's a word we introduced in the state of mental. You want to say we made it up? Fine. It's a word we introduced in the state of mental, selectual. We're replacing spiritual with selectual intelligence, right? Solar intelligence, solar chosen intelligence. Because certain people will heat up to a point where their minds will start to carry a glow and it will start to pick up intelligence, start streaming through the atmosphere and moving forward by way of an order. Certain people will hear that order. Certain people will move forward on it. Certain people will not. Certain people will stay in the box where they are, right? Certain people will stay in the box where they are. Certain people are not going to move forward. When I spoke, I talked about the mentalians and the mentalists, and people said, well, why you spelled it M-E-N-T-E-L-L? And mentalian, I said, because the mental deals with mind. That's the way it's really supposed to be said. You know, the mental is mind communication. Mind communication. That's the whole point of having a mind, because we communicate it through the mind. All communication is not possible unless it is entered into the mind. So it is right to spell the word mental, M-E-N-T-E-L-L. We knew what we was doing when we did it. You think beyond certain people, and people can't hear you, right? And a lot of our people are not trying to come into this new level of intelligence with a clear mind. They're not trying to come in with a clear head. They want to come in, they want to bring their old ways with them. They still want to be that Negro from the corner, from the block, getting high, smoking weed, getting drunk. We don't want you with us. You can't do nothing for us. You have to be able to help yourself. You understand? You know, you have to be able to start by helping yourself. You have to start by being able to help yourself and, clear off the old ways of, your addiction, your dependency, your submental ways of thinking. That's what we need. We need every generating mind working forward clearly in order for this ascension or this evolution to take hold and take focus. This is our only salvation, to have clear minds thinking forward. Then you will start to see the appearance of new ideas, new technology, all this. It has to come only by the way of a thinking mind, not from some white people giving you some handouts, not from some sovereignty or some nonsense. You understand? That's the only way it's going to happen. That's the only way it's going to happen. If our people don't see, that this is the only way to bring about the evolution, if we think that our evolution is only going to come by way of interacting with these people and asking them like children for handouts, asking them to damn near be emancipated, like children ask to be emancipated from their parents, then no, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. We put in enough time and energy begging these people. When are we going to start to stand up as men and women and thinking on our own? When are we going to stop putting their image up? When are we going to stop going to them on our knees begging and asking? When are we going to start putting things up ourselves like we used to? Our people keep talking about for the Moors and all these other people who link to one minute they want to be with Egypt, next minute they talking about this. Well, who did the Egyptians go to? The ancient Kemites. Who did the ancient Nubians go to in they kingdoms and whatnot, and they ancient governments when they were building pyramids and they were building edifices and taking over? Who did they go to? They didn't go to nobody. They answered to no one. Not to mankind, damn sure not to mankind. Now those were gods. I'm using that terminology, gods. Those were God. Those were supreme people. Those were people who put themselves first. So now they would look at our people today who's sitting up here talking about, oh, well, we got to go and get some sovereignty. Oh, we got to go and get some this, and we got to go and get some that, and we got to go and ask these people for this. Like I said, they would look at our people like they're ridiculous now. You understand? They look at them like they're ridiculous now. They would look at them like they're ridiculous. That is not the talk of a supreme people. That is not the talk of a people who are looking to move forward. You understand? We gotta start thinking. We have to start thinking on our own again. The only way to start thinking on our own and to bring this salvation to our people is by severing ties with the others, severing ties with their spiritual mindset, with their philosophies, with their psychology, with all of these things, totally disconnecting our minds from them and putting focus on our future, totally disconnecting ourselves from their submental vices that keep us in that slave mentality. And separating from their drugs, their embalming fluid, their cocaine, or whatever the hell, liquor and all this madness our people are into. That's the only way it's going to start the salvation, because a working mind is the evolution of the salvation to a people. No church is not a good place to start simply because black church is one of the few places where people can evolve. No, church is not. No church is not. That's still spiritual nonsense. We're not dealing with no more church. The end. No church. No more church. That's where the spirituality was spread. You got more degenerates in the damn church than in the streets. We got more degenerates in the church than you got in the streets. No, we're not going to bow down to any more Jesus, no more Muhammad, no more of that. Those are slave teachings. And the whole thing with mentellect and what we came to bring our people is to free our people from that spiritual slave mentality. We're not going back in the church no more. That's it. We done that. Been there, done that. We done. If you black men want to go back in the church, go back in. We going in another direction. Our salvation is mentellect in the state of Mentellect. MENTELLECT. Something new to edit or change the old. You understand? Something new to edit the old, to change the new. We're not going to keep doing the same thing over and over again. We're not going to keep with the Jesus and all this other nonsense. We don't want the Christians and the Muslims and the Israelites. We don't want them people with us because they're caught up in that spiritual trance. You understand? They're still caught up in that spiritual trance. We trying to get out of that. We trying to get into this solar intelligence. We're trying to move into this solar intelligence. The black man want to keep going backwards and back in the circle. No, we're trying to move on a straight line forward. Those of our people who are not ready to pioneer this straight line and move forward, then I don't know what to tell you. Go ahead back into the church. We're not going with the church no more. We came into slavery. We came into slavery through the church, and what held us in slavery was religion. So why are we going to go backwards? You understand? So I'm going to go ahead and answer these questions before I get out of here. All right. We've had a pretty good night tonight. It's been a pretty good day. I was going to do a show on, but I think I did that to death, though. I'm not going to do the show on religion or anything. So I'm going to answer these questions. There's no going back. We're not turning back. All All right. Can money, land, and sovereignty really help black people? No, it cannot. The only thing that's going to help black people is a change of mind, a mental evolution, selectual intelligence. With that which we often in the state of mental, because an evolution has to take place. The selectual evolution has to take place, going away from the spiritual connection. We have to break the spiritual connection with everybody else, with the human race, with the white man, with the East Indian, with the Asian, with the Arabs, with their religions and their philosophies. We have to totally disconnect and start new from the very pure essence of who we are, and that is soul people, or selectual people, not spiritual people, selectual people. Those people who carry soul energy, solar intelligence, and we've not been utilizing that solar energy or that solar intelligence to move forward. As a people who carry a solar plex or a solar complex, we're supposed to be moving forward. We're supposed to be vibrating on a whole totally different frequency, but we've been riding on the wrong frequency. That's the problem. We've been riding on the submental one. So that's going to stop, at least in the state of mental. The rest of the black race, y'all want to keep on going. You still want to keep talking about Abraham and Jesus and Muhammad and sovereignty and money going to change things. You keep going in that circle if you want to. We moving on. Is sovereignty really? What is sovereignty really? I read you the Wikipedia, the definition of it. The people who want to control their own land and whatnot. You can't control your own house, black man. You can't even control your own children. You can't control your woman. You can't keep your house in order. So how the hell are you going to control your own nation? Get your house in order, black man, before you start talking about, oh, I'm going to get together. We're going to have our own nation and we're going to be sovereign. You get your house together, your physical house. Control what's going on in your four walls before you start talking about some branching out and having your own nation. Please, stop it, black man. Why do black people really want it? The only reason you black people want it nowadays, these Negroes that's joining the Moorish science and all this sovereignty, because y'all want to get out of paying child support, or you trying to get out of going to jail. You want to feel like you smoke weed in the damn society in the street and put your hat on, your little fez on, and get out of going to jail and just skirt the law. In other words, you want to be grown in your parents' house. Still got a childlike mentality. You don't want sovereignty because you really want to build something for the future of your children tomorrow outside this thing, beyond this paradigm. You want to be still in mommy and daddy, your white mommy and white daddy house, and let them tell you and tell them that you want to do you or do your own thing. That's the only reason you want to be a part, because you think you're going to get a handout. That's the truth. And then whoever don't like it, oh well. Don't listen. Can people give you sovereignty and freedom? No, they cannot. People cannot give you sovereignty and freedom. You can only do that for yourself. As a collective, as a people who are realizing the bigger picture and realizing the future, that we can change our own situation. See, black people don't want to do that. They don't believe they can, or they don't think. I don't like to use the word believe. They don't think they can change their own situation. They think they got to go run to the white man and ask him in his court system with a piece of paper and some documents or some contracts or some more paper, aka money, that we can get some money or we get some material thing. That'll change. No, your mind is still going to be messed up tomorrow. So you're not going to keep any of that very long. Why are so many black people not now involved in the sovereignty movements like Moorish science today? Because, like I said, black people want to believe that they're going to get handouts from anywhere. Black people love to run the things where they think they're going to get a handout, where they think they're going to be able to get together and get some assistance or some nonsense. And we don't care Lynn Jones, or if that's you mad in the thing, oh well. We don't give a damn if you mad. We don't care if the Moors are mad. Yeah, the handouts that you think you're going to get when you go to these court systems, whether you asking for, yeah, exactly, you're not going to get them. When you asking for reparations, when you asking for sovereignty, when you asking for people to give you things, or you coming with contracts, or you going to try to get not to pay taxes, all these things just to get out of paying taxes or get out of doing something. Like I said, it's not really about the evolution of the people, so knock it off. Because if you was really concerned about the evolution of your people, then you would stop getting them to follow Islam, for one. All right? You'd cut them off from Islam, which is a slave religion. You'd cut them off from Christianity. You stop talking about following in the circle of things, and you start offering something newer to the people. You build schools for your children from grades 1 to 12, like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad did, if you really cared about the evolution of your people. Y'all just trying to get some handouts. And that's it. Join us Friday right? For State of Mentel Radio, well, we'll be discussing something great. Oh, as always. I am the intellectual Amir Nubin Menkarez. This has been State of Mentel Radio. Join us on the 19th, May 19th. I believe that's Malcolm X's birthday for the soul enlightenment reception. The soul enlightenment, the natural soul enlightenment reception. All right. We are out of here. Good night.
It's the Republic of Mentellect, rising out the black race to the white race, out the black race to the white race. It's the Republic of Mentellect, black race to the white race. If it's hell, I'm in, then it's hell us. They tried everything just to spell us. Fed us religion, gave us fake gods. Through all of that, we beat the odds. Now we coming together under one flag.